Hi you guys, welcome back. I am so excited about today's video. I'm excited about every video. I think I say that in my intro to everything, but I am super excited. I want to talk to you guys today about my bullet journaling system, my life mapping, and just a quick update on how I've been using my planner and like just adjustments and things that I've made now that we are 2 months into the new year. So I'm going to switch views and like go through things in detail with you guys, but just quickly let me show you my updates. Okay, so I'm still in my like 3 planner system, that like navy project management book that I had. So I changed that out for a smaller rifle paper notebook. And this is what I'm using for my life mapping and bullet journaling. And basically, this is where I keep my to-do lists, random thoughts, all that kind of stuff. So I'll go through that with you guys. And then the other thing I did was I'm still using my SugarPaper calendar, but I found my old Coach planner. This is probably one of the first like really nice planners that I bought, and I really loved it. And originally when I was getting back into Filofaxes, I wanted to start using this, but it doesn't have rings. And now my SugarPaper calendar fits perfectly in there. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. Like now I can use my like card slots and you know that kind of stuff. And I have my glittery paper that I use. I don't use it. It's just decorative. I just think it's pretty. So anyway, that is now like protecting my calendar. And then this notebook just goes in here and then I can just close it up. So it's not like perfect fit, but anyway, so that's what I'm using for those 2 things. And then I'm still using my Louis for life management binder, or like just like it houses my financial stuff, wish list, things that I don't need to access every day, but that I still love and like want to access and want to have, but I just not on a daily basis. And the only really change I made to that, I did a video on this, but the only thing I did was just add this dashboard, and it's really just a top loading envelope, and I just made a printout and stuck it in there. So that's really the only change I made to this. Everything else as far as like setup and stuff is the same. So, all right, let me switch views and then, okay, stay tuned. Okay, actually, before I switch views, I want to talk to you guys about the life map face-to-face and needs some explaining. So I would rather just like tell you guys this. First of all, I want to say that this is something that I have completely made up in my head. Like this is not like some kind of scientifically proven anything. This is just how I visualize things, so it's easier for me to get them on paper and organize them in this way, and is helpful for me. And if it's helpful for you, I'm happy for you to incorporate it as well. So I'm a very visual, like everything in my head, anything that I imagine is visual. I see calendars in the year as kind of objects, I guess, and I see projects in a visual way. Just everything is very visual for me. Sample of what I had in my life map. So, okay, hold on. Let me back up. This life map is different than the other kind of life mapping that I'm going to talk to you about. So they're 2 completely different systems and they have the same name, which I think is super confusing. But anyway, this is the made up life map system that I'm using. The other life map system goes with bullet journaling, and I'll go through that in a minute. So this life map is something that I keep in the like goals and inspiration section in my Louis Vuitton, and I'll link the video down below of the review of that, and not the review, the setup of that and what I was using. And I had my like personal life map in there, and so I've had various requests over time to do this like to kind of go over that. So anyway, okay, back to this life map. So this is a sample, like I said, but this is what I used last year at the end of 2013, okay? So in about October, I visualized the rest of November and December as a straight line going towards the end of the year, okay? So in my mind, when I see November and December, I see it as just a straight flat line. So hence, that's like what the arrow is there, and it says 2013, November and December. So for that season of my life, for November and December, my focus was holidays at my salon. So that was my focus, and then my goals were 1, 2, 3 listed below it. Now, once I get to the end of the year, I visualize like the beginning of the year and as like a swooping or some kind of like arc or just something that is fluid and has movement. So we reach the end and we're moving towards the beginning. Okay, so for me, that's a visual little arrow thing. So again, just as 2014, January through March, workshop thing here that's listed is kind of one overarching thing, event, project, whatever that I feel like is going to rule that time or that season. And then the focus is, those two things could be the same thing or they could be different. So then your focus for that season and then your goal is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this was exactly what I used at the end of last year. Now I just made up another one for the beginning of the year. So for me, again, I see March, April, May as another like straight line to the middle of the year, which is summer. And I see that as kind of just this chunk that's kind of like a bridge or, it's like the middle of the year. So it's bridging to the fall, which I see again as a swoop because that's kind of moving towards the end of the year. The point of all this is not like the images or the shapes that you use. The point is if you're a visual person to map it out, draw it out in whatever way makes sense for you, draw these things. So okay, back to this March, April, May, I see it as a straight line. So I drew that line and then my focus and my goals. I see the summer of June and July. Let me bring this a little closer. I see the summer of June and July as that kind of like bridge or slide. And then the fall is that, again, kind of swooping thing. Like transitional times, I see as these like swooping slides. And so the fall, I think, is a time of transition. I guess March, April, May could also be kind of a transition, but I see the fall transitioning into the end of the year as a like, from a professional or career perspective, that's a really large time for us. Like it's a big thing that's happening. So that's why I see it as a transition. And then also the beginning of the year is a transition. So anyway, like I said, the point of all this is not to do exactly what I do or to have the same shapes or whatever. It's more of just if you're a visual person to map things out, and you can Google life mapping or like goal map. This is just like an adaptation of different things that I've seen around, and this is what works for me. It's hard for me to get like the visuals or the pictures that I see in my head onto paper. They don't necessarily translate very well, but this is the best that I could do. I'm sure some of you have seen like, project mapping or project planning diagrams where there's like the goal in the middle and then there's these little, things coming out and boxes and all that kind of stuff. That gets a little bit too complicated for me. So anyway, this seems to work really well.
Okay, now let's talk about my bullet journaling system and life mapping. I am not an expert in bullet journaling. I've been doing this for 1 month now. So I started the system beginning of February and it's almost the end of February. I really wanted to hold off on filming this until I felt like I at least had a month and could really give it a go and see what I thought of it. So I will try to explain it the best that I can, but there's also other videos out there that really go into it. And you should definitely check out bulletjournal.com. because there's a video and an explanation, and it's really helpful, as well as Maria, who is Oh Lovely Cues, and I'll link her below. She also did a video that was very helpful for me and really helped me in getting started. So check those two out. Most people do their bullet journaling in a Midori Traveler's Notebook. For now, I'm using this rifle paper notebook, which I love, and I think it's beautiful, and I'm really happy to be using it. So this is working really well for me. I will say that there's one thing that I am not doing that I didn't do for February, but that I will definitely do for March. One of the key components of a bullet journal, and that is the monthly calendar page. I did not use that in February, but I will do so in March. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So one of the most important things is to have a key of the actual bullets that you're using. So you can see for me, some of these I took from bulletjournal.com. Most tasks will get a square that you can then check off when they're completed. For me, the arrow signifies errand. In the original bullet journaling system, they have arrows for migrating tasks, which you can see down here. I'm using like a curly Q arrow for that. But to be honest with you, I haven't really been migrating tasks very well. So a bullet is for notes, and an open circle for like the bullet journal system was for events, and I tried to do that, but I found that it wasn't working for me. So I am using that now for calls. And I think honestly, like I wasn't doing it correctly. I kind of had an epiphany, but this is really supposed to be, okay, again, this is my assessment of it, but I believe that the bullet journal is supposed to be a way to like keep track of your to-dos, random thoughts you have during the day, things that happen to you. So I kind of see it as not only a glorified to-do list, but also a diary and a journal and everything all in one. You know, like a download section of everything that's in your brain, all that kind of stuff. So I think that the events are supposed to be for you to track like things that happen during the day, like, you know, I don't know, cool things that happen or things that you might use for project life or whatever, but I wasn't using it that way. So I removed that category. The star is for priority tasks. The E is for explore. These are from the bullet journal system. And I, again, have found that I haven't been using the explore. The exclamation point is for inspiration or ideas. I love that one. Again, the curly key. The line through an entry is for irrelevant, which I have not used that at all in this month either. The checkbox is for completed tasks, and I added this one for myself. This is for ordering things or online orders or that kind of stuff. I just put a heart. Okay, and then the next page that you want to set up is your index, and this is just a running list of everything that you have on your pages, and each page will get a page number. So I just started with, you know, February 2014. These were my daily pages. So what you're supposed to do, and this is what I was telling you guys, I did not set up a calendar, but I will do so in March. So if you guys go back and look at my other video, I was keeping a master monthly to-do list in my Louis Vuitton, and that's what I was using that for. And I've decided to move that out of the Louis and into this bullet journal. So I don't have that here, but what you will do is you will just take a page and write 1 through 30 or 1 through 31 or whatever for the days of the month. And then you'll write major events that happen, and you'll do that on the left side. And then on the right side of the page, you'll write your goals for that month or your to-dos or things that need to happen within that month. So a 2-page thing that you look at is called a spread. So that spread, for example, page 2 and 3 would be for the February or March calendar as well as to-dos. And then you also have your daily to-dos as well. So I, like I said, didn't have that for February, but I will start that for March. So you can see the rest of my index. I am doing the 365/30 list, YouTube ideas, goals, and inspiration for personal and for business, website design, things for my business, online orders, and trips. So far I have 25. Okay, let's look at our first spread, which actually I did this wrong. So this probably should have been 1, 2 like this, but I didn't do that. So anyway, my first spread is a daily spread. And again, this is my first month using the system, so I was trying really hard to fit everything into the mold of what I thought it should be. And as the month progressed, I found what worked for me and was able to change some things around. But you can see I tried really hard. Like, I need to get a camera. So I put this as an explore and I put it as a star. You know, I want to order a stamp for my name. So that's like has a heart for an online order. And guys, I have most of my to-do lists and things in this book covered up. I'm happy to share with you guys, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm sharing too much. I want to share and be helpful, but I also kind of need to like scale back a little bit too. So this is my attempt at doing that, and I hope that it's still informative to you while maintaining a little bit of privacy. So anyway, so you can see I put the check boxes next to them. I put the squares and then the check boxes as I completed the tasks. And what I was doing was, well, I found the system works the best. I put a checkbox next to everything, but then I would use this key code, you know, different things from that in the margin. So that kind of helped me to quickly assess what this entry was. Like, this is a note, this was an event, this is something that I need to do, but it's important, you know, that kind of thing. The next spread was my goals for the year, as well as notes from a personal development class that I took with Jess Lively, and then also an email on productive habits that I got. So just taking notes on. The next spread was from Marie Forleo's B School. Again, she's an awesome resource for entrepreneurs. So I was just kind of watching some videos and taking notes on that. The next spread is for website redesign for personal and my business. The next spread are my online orders, which you can see I've gone a little crazy. I need to rein that in, I think. And then my wish list, things that I need to order. Okay, this spread is a daily spread. So as you can see, I have not done a very good job of migrating tasks at all. Usually what I do is I'll write something down, and because I can see it, you know, I'll write something on Thursday. Well, when Friday comes along, if I still haven't done what needed to happen, oh, that's Tuesday and Wednesday. Just Tuesday. Then if Wednesday comes along and I haven't done it, because I can still see it, I haven't been migrating it. This is an inspirational spread. So I just wrote some fun little quotes down. And then another shout out to Maria for teaching me how to do this. I went to a really amazing luncheon and I got to hear the teacher of the year speak, and I just loved what he had to say. And he handed out this handout that I really want to keep. So I had learned from Maria's videos that I can just washi tape it in here. So I did that, and then these are my notes from the class. And then this is another one of the 365 and 30 lists. These are some trips that I'll be taking. What I found was that I was trying really way too hard to like fit everything into the system, like I told you guys before. So I started to view this as a daily download. So every morning I would just make a list of everything that was in my head, and then I would go back through and categorize them as, is this a to-do? Is this a note? So like I said, I would categorize each of those things that I had written down based on where it fit within that key code that I had, so that I can then quickly look at everything that I have written and understand, is it an item that needs to have like an action associated with it? Is it a call I need to make? Is it an errand I need to run? Is it just a note or something that I want to write down? Is it something that I want to explore? Like, you know, that key code lets me look at things and figure them out and assess them quickly. Now, one thing that was really difficult for me was because there are no sections in this bullet journal, and it's essentially you write things one right after the other. And if you have an idea, instead of putting it into a tab or a label or a divider section, you just write it on the next available spread or the next available open place that you can write. So that was difficult because I felt like things were very jumbled, and I felt like it was going against like my organizing nature to just have things written one right after another, and on one page is my to-do list, and behind that page could be like me planning something out, like a very important project or something that has nothing to do with what's on the page before it. So that was something difficult for me. But what I found was using this life mapping color coding system along with this has really helped me to, if for nothing else, to just kind of ease my organizational mind, but also it does help to really organize things and make them a little bit more coherent in this jumbled mess of like a daily download notebook that I have. All right, so here is the life mapping key. Oh, this is the back of the notebook. I just stuck this little nameplate in here. So, all right, so as you can see, this is a separate piece of paper that I am using for the key, okay? So I just cut out a piece of paper from the back of this. I put washi on the side, and then I decided what my categories were. And then this is the key. You want to color in these squares on the side, and they need to be spaced out, and they need to like stay in this order. So I decided what my key would be, and then I laminated this piece of paper. What I do is each like spread that I have, okay, so I put this piece of paper here, and I purposely laminated it and made it a little bit bigger so that it would stick out, okay? So then I line it up outside where it's sticking out, and then because this page has to do with my business, I will color in the square that has to do with that category, that color that's associated with my business. The point of this is that when I look, okay, let me take this out. When I look at the side, push these pages, there you go. You can see them a lot better. So I can now see every page that has to do with whatever category. This is another life mapping system. And like I said, you can see where I laminated it a little bit. Okay guys, that's it. I hope this was helpful for you and that you were at least able to get a few things from this that you can maybe implement. I guess my biggest advice when trying to do this bullet journaling would be to find the way that it works for you. Like I said, I tried really hard to make my life fit into this system, and that is not the point. It should be that this system helps my life and be organized and is more productive for me. So anyway, yeah, if I could give you any advice, it'd be to just kind of don't be afraid to change things around with a bullet journal. It is really helpful for getting information out of my head and just writing it all down quickly and then going back through and organizing. That has been really helpful for me, and I've liked that. And I think that by adding my master to-do list in starting in March, I will have a spread for March, and then I will just, write I'm not going to keep the monthly calendar. I have a monthly calendar that I use, but I will keep my master to-do list in there. I think that'll be helpful as well and allow me to access things. And another thing that I found on my daily download sections, that's what I've been calling them, for migrating tasks, I found that at the end of the week, I just go back through and highlight everything that hasn't been done and needs to migrate or move. So I haven't really been using that squiggly arrow. I've just been leaving things as is, and then at the end of the week going back through and highlighting them. So feel free to leave me any questions. Like I said, I am by no means an expert in bullet journaling, but I just wanted to share how I've been using it and hope that it's helpful for you. If you have any questions, which I'm sure you will, because I know I probably did not explain a million things and probably was not very clear at all. It's because I don't have a perfect grasp on this yet at all. I've only been doing it for about a month. So I'm still learning and changing things around, but if you have any questions and I can help, I'm happy to do so. Also, I'll link other great resources that I found. Check out bulletjournal.com, and I'll link Maria's video and any other ones that I find that I think that are helpful. Guys, thanks so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.